So dear cadets, good morning. So as you know, yesterday I taught you the first synthesized novel gas compound. Who discovered that one? Who invented that one? Who made that one? Neil Bartlett in year 1962. What was the name of compound? Xenon hexafluoroplatinate 6. Xenon received positive charge. So remember that compound. Okay. Now discussion is still on as far as 18th group is concerned. Now try to understand here. I am beginning today's class with one question. Xenon forms maximum compound out of all noble gases. Why? Means just try to understand. This is helium, neon, argon, krypton and xenon. These are the noble gases. Okay. Xenon being a last member, its ionization enthalpy is least and size is largest. Okay. So very easily it can donate electron. Okay. This is two reason. That is why xenon forms maximum compound. Okay. But xenon forms compound with oxygen and fluorine only, because oxygen and fluorine both are having highest electronegativity and they are strong oxidizing agent. That is why they can oxidize the xenon to their highest oxidation state. So the answer of first question is xenon forms maximum compound due to small size of xenon, means the size of xenon is large and ionization enthalpy of xenon is less. Hence it can donate. Here you can write hence it can donate electron. It can donate electron easily. It can donate electron easily and for positive ion. Okay. Is there any problem? Okay, no problem. Now let us have a list of xenon, compounds of xenon. So xenon forms compound in +2 oxidation state, +4 oxidation state, +6 oxidation state and +8 oxidation state. In +2 oxidation state, its compound is xenon difluoride. In +4 oxidation state, its two compounds are there. Xenon tetrafluoride and xenon oxidifluoride. In +6 oxidation state, xenon hexafluoride. What is this one? Xenon hexafluoride. What is this one? Second one is xenon oxytetrafluoride. XeF6, XeOF4 and XeO3, xenon trioxide. In +8 oxidation state, only one compound is there, that is XeO4, xenon tetraoxide. Okay. So once again just see XeF2, XeF4, XeF6. Okay. These are the fluoride compound. What are the oxides compound? XeOF2, XeOF4, XeO3, XeO4. Okay. So if you see the list, so it is very much visible that xenon is forming compound only with oxygen and fluorine. Okay. Some other noble gas compound is also there. This is krypton difluoride and radon difluoride, KrF2 and RnF2. Means in addition to the xenon, these two more compounds are known, krypton fluoride and radon fluoride. Okay. So remember them also. But our basic question is, noble gas forms compound with oxygen and fluorine only. This question can be asked like that also. Xenon only form compound with oxygen and fluorine only. Why? So just see. Answer already I told. Because fluorine electronegativity is high and it is a strong oxidizing agent. Now after this one I wrote this side here. So it can oxidize noble gas to higher oxidation state. That is why the compounds of noble gases are basically known with oxygen and fluorine only. These are the reasons. Okay. Over. Now this is the time to study the method of preparation of this one, XeF2, XeF4, XeF6 and some other their physical and chemical properties. Okay. Now methods of preparation. So here we are discussing the method of preparation of xenon fluoride. This is xenon difluoride, tetrafluoride, hexafluoride. Okay. So just see, very easy method of preparation is there. Xenon react with F2, pressure is 1 bar, ratio is 2:1, then you will get xenon difluoride. Here xenon and fluorine only, ratio is 1:5, 7 bar. As xenon tetrafluoride you will get xenon plus F2, 1:20 ratio, 60-70 bar. This is xenon hexafluoride. What is this one? Xenon hexafluoride. Okay. So this is the method of preparation. But all these reactions should be carried out in nickel vessel only. Okay. Nickel vessel here act as a catalyst. Now what are the physical properties? Fluorides of xenon are colorless solid. What kind of solid they are? Crystalline solid. XeO3 is colorless but explosive solid. So remember, xenon trioxide is explosive solid. So this is all about their preparation and physical property. The most important thing is their chemical property. So remember, there are only two chemical property of fluorides of xenon. Number one, their reaction with water, means hydrolysis reaction, and second one is their reaction with O2F2. O2F2. Only two properties are there. So first I will write their reaction with O2F2, means all three, XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6. Will summarize. Remember, in the book they have given reaction here and there. So what I will do, I will summarize in one place so that you can remember it for long period of time, and these reactions are important. Okay. Structure of compounds of xenon and their chemical property is one of the most important aspect as far as examination is concerned. So remember this one. Chemical properties. So okay. So already I told you, basically two chemical properties are there, means two chemical properties of fluorides of xenon. First one is reaction with O2F2. So just see, how many xenon fluorides are there? 3 fluorides, XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6. Okay. So first just see, XeF2 react with O2F2 and form xenon oxy tetrafluoride. Xenon oxy tetrafluoride. Okay, plus O2. When XeF4 react with O2F2, then it form XeF6 and oxygen. So just see how you can remember it for long period of time. XeF2 product is XeOF4. Okay, and oxygen. So oxygen is common in both the reaction, but this product is different. In case of XeF4, XeF6 is formed, and here XeO4 is formed. Now what about XeF6? XeF6 will not react with O2F2 due to more number of F atom present around xenon. Hence O2F2 cannot oxidizes XeF6. Means XeF6 is not reacting with O2F2. Reason also I explained here. Okay. So now please remember this one. These reactions are important. What is there in the board exam? What they will do? They will give you some incomplete reaction and they will tell you to complete it. So while writing the complete reaction, you should remember what are the products. Okay. Now some reaction I have hinted you during the course of phosphine reaction. Okay, especially reaction of phosphine with the cuprous phosphide, mercurous sulfide, means metallic sulfide. Reaction of phosphine with the metallic sulfide, those are important for the board exam. Many years I have seen that they have been asked. So remember, these reaction can also be asked. So in this way the reaction with O2F2 is over. Now next one is hydrolysis reaction. So hydrolysis of XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6. Now try to understand XeF6 hydrolyze in two ways. One is the complete hydrolysis, other one is the partial hydrolysis. I wrote here partial hydrolysis. Okay, so now try to understand, these two are partial hydrolysis. Okay, so we'll begin with XeF2. XeF2 react with water, okay, and form HFO2 and Xe. Okay, and now just see, these are redox reaction. These are redox reaction. Just see here, this is -1. Okay, here also fluorine is the -1. Okay, so fluorine is neither undergoing oxidation nor reduction, so it is better not to mention. But here xenon is +2, but xenon is here 0. Then what is there? +2 to 0. There is a decrease in the positive oxidation state, hence it is undergoing reduction, hence it is a oxidizing agent. Oxygen is here -2, but oxygen is here 0. So -2 to 0 means it is undergoing oxidation, hence reducing agent. So these hydrolysis reaction, first you remember the product. When XeF2 hydrolyzes, it form, there is a obvious one compound HF, another compound is xenon and O2. Similarly, when XeF4 react with water, it also form HFO2, but here one product is different. What is that one? XeO3. In first case only xenon, but here XeO3, xenon trioxide. What is this one? Xenon trioxide. This is explosive. Xenon is also formed here, but in addition to the xenon, XeO3 is also formed, xenon trioxide. So just see, all product in first and second case is same except one product, that is XeO3. In this way you can remember this one. Okay, now just see, this is also redox reaction only. How it is redox reaction? Just see, xenon is here +4 and xenon is here +8 and 0 also. So now just try to understand, this is an example of disproportionation reaction. Same substance is undergoing oxidation and reduction. Just try to understand, xenon +4 also, +8 also and 0 also. Okay, oxygen is here -2 and here 0. So just try to understand, if +4 to +8 you will consider, so this is undergoing oxidation, hence it is reducing agent. What about this one? Oxygen is -2, here 0. There is increase in the positive oxidation state, so it is oxidation, hence it is reducing agent. Okay, and here what is there? This is undergoing oxidation, so there is increase in the positive oxidation state. Here also there is an increase in the positive oxidation state, so we can't say which one is a oxidizing agent, which one is a reducing agent. But if +4, if you are considering this xenon, so this is undergoing +4 to 0. What is there? It is undergoing reduction, because there is a decrease in the positive oxidation state as compared to reactant. If you compare reactant and product, so this is undergoing reduction, hence oxidizing agent, and this is undergoing oxidation because there is an increase in the positive oxidation state. That is why it is a reducing agent. Okay, this one is a oxidizing agent. But if you will consider xenon only, then it is an example of disproportionation reaction also. Now just see, XeF6. Okay, this is an example of complete hydrolysis. What is the product here? HF and XeO3. Oxygen is not formed. So what does it indicate? If you see XeF2, XeF4 and XeF6, then you will realize that the powerful oxidizing agent is XeF2. Here also oxidizing power of XeF4 is decreased, and now here it is weakest. Why it is weakest? Just try to understand. Xenon is here +6. Here also xenon is +6 only. Okay, now fluorine is -1, here also fluorine is -1. So this is not an example of redox reaction. These two can be considered as a redox reaction, first one and second one, but this is not a redox reaction example, because there is no change in the oxidation state. What is the condition to be redox reaction? The condition to be redox reaction is there must be change in the oxidation state of reactant during the course of chemical reaction. Towards the product side, I wrote here, if there is a change in the oxidation state of reactant in product side during the course of chemical reaction, then reaction is said to be redox reaction. Now here there is no change in the oxidation state. Oxygen is -2. Here also oxygen is -2. Now fluorine is -1. Here also fluorine is -1. Hydrogen is +1. Here also hydrogen is +1. No one is undergoing change in the oxidation state. That is why hydrolysis of XeF6 is not considered to be redox reaction. Here I wrote the question also. This question is given in NCERT book also. Does the hydrolysis of xenon leads to redox reaction? No. Because answer is written. Answer what you will write? Explanation is explanation no, and after no you should write this one. Explanation no. Answer is written there. Now there is one more type of hydrolysis of xenon means XeF6, xenon hexafluoride. That is partial hydrolysis, not complete hydrolysis. Just see, XeF6 react with water and it form XeOF4 plus 2HF. This is also not a redox reaction. But remember, when it react with 1 molecules of water, here it is reacting with 3 molecules of water. So excess of water is there, that is why complete hydrolysis is there. In these two cases, 1 molecules of water and 2 molecules of water. So what is there? Partial hydrolysis is there in both the cases. These two are an example of partial hydrolysis. And in both cases, product is different. Just see here, XeOF4, xenon oxytetrafluoride is formed if 1 molecules of water is there. If 2 molecules of water is there, then xenon dioxydifluoride, XeO2F2 and HF is formed. Here also they are not the example of redox reaction. Xenon is +6. Here also xenon is +6. Okay, there is no change in the oxidation state. Okay, similarly xenon is here +6. Here also xenon is +6 only. So there is no change in the oxidation state of reactant. Hence they are not considered to be redox reaction. So just see, once again I am summing up here. Hydrolysis of XeF2 and XeF4 are redox reaction because there is a change in the oxidation state of reactant from oxidation state of reactant toward the product side. But hydrolysis of XeF6 is not considered to be redox reaction because there is no change in the oxidation state of reactant in product side. Okay, now I have shown you also. So in this way the chemical property of XeF2, XeF4, XeF6, their reaction with O2F2 and hydrolysis reaction is completely completed. Okay. Now there is one more type of reaction of xenon fluoride with fluoride and donor and acceptor. Just see, try to understand here. XeF2, okay, this is fluoride and donor. It is reacting with PTF5, platinum pentafluoride, F negative ion acceptor. Okay, why it is accepting? Because PT is having vacant d orbital. So F negative means it will donate 2 electrons. F is having 2, 4, 6, 7 electrons, but F negative will have 8 electrons. Okay, so it will give pair of electron to means from XeF2 one F negative will come out. One F negative will come out, and that will be gained by PTF5 because PT is having vacant d orbital. okay, vacant d orbital. So when it will give one fluoride ion, so it will have XeF only. Now since it has given one fluoride, so that is why it is cation, okay. Now PTF5 gained one fluoride ion, so this is PTF6 negative. I wrote here PTF6 is fluoride ion acceptor because PT contains vacant d orbital. Same is the case with here also. XeF4, that is also fluoride ion donor, and it is reacting with SbF5, okay, antimony pentafluoride. This is also fluoride ion acceptor because antimony contains vacant d orbital, okay. So it will give one fluoride ion, okay, one fluoride ion F negative, okay. So this will become SbF6, just see, negative charge because it gained one negative charge. Now this is XeF3 positive, so this is cation, fluoride ion cation, cation. This is fluoride ion anion, correct or not? Antimony hexafluoride ion. Now why it is accepting? Because SbF5 is fluoride ion acceptor because antimony contains vacant d orbital. Now just see, in the last reaction things will be different. Now this time this is giving fluoride ion, sodium NaF. NaF cannot gain fluoride ion because sodium does not have vacant d orbital. So and sodium is metal, so it will give fluoride ion. NaF will give fluoride ion to XeF6. This is F negatively charged ion acceptor. This is fluoride ion donor. So now what is here? Na positive XeF7. XeF7 because one fluoride ion will be gained by XeF6. So now this is anion and this part is sodium cation. NaF is fluoride ion acceptor, NaF is fluoride ion donor. Here write donor because sodium does not have vacant d orbital, okay. Or you can write NaF is fluoride ion donor because sodium does not have vacant d orbital. So it can't act as a fluoride ion acceptor, okay. NaF is not, एक minute, just see, NaF is, please add here, is not fluoride ion acceptor, okay, because sodium does not have vacant d orbital, okay. Any problem here? Write like that, NaF, okay. Any problem? No problem. Yes, any doubt is there? Okay. So now what is the summary of this reaction? Xenon fluoride become fluoride ion donor if reacting species contain vacant d orbital. But xenon fluoride ion become fluoride ion acceptor if reacting species does not contain the vacant d orbital. That is the summary, that is the conclusion. Once again listen, xenon fluoride become fluoride ion donor if reacting species contains vacant d orbital. But xenon fluoride become fluoride ion acceptor if reacting species does not contain the vacant d orbital. Just see sodium fluoride, okay. Here sodium does not contain vacant d orbital. So remember this reaction also because it is given in the NCERT. Those reactions which are given in NCERT, they are important. In this way all chemical reaction is completely completed except one thing, that is the structure and uses of noble gases. So structure I will explain, uses it is already given in the NCERT book, you study. Today only will structure tell. So dear cadets, now structure of compounds of xenon, okay. So how many compounds of xenon are there? XeF2, XeOF2, XeF4, XeOF4, XeF6, XeO3, XeO4, okay. These are the compounds, okay. We'll begin with XeF6. So basically all are the compounds of xenon. And what is the valency shell of xenon? the valency shell of xenon is 5s and 5p. 5s and 5p. There is no need to write the full electronic configuration. So in XeF2, which one is the central atom? Xenon. Okay. Now what is their electronic configuration in ground state? Just you write 5s and 5p. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. D orbital. Which D orbital? Definitely this will be 5d orbital. Which one? 5d orbital. Okay. So now just see. This is right down here. 5s, 5p. Okay. Now 5s2. So 2 electron here. Okay. Now here 5p. So here how many electrons? 6 electrons are there. So put here 6 electron. Now this one 5d will be 0 right now. Okay. 5d in ground state it will have 0 electron. Okay. So 5d will have 0 electron. Now excited state. Xenon is 54. Okay. Now xenon here what is there? Excited state. Excited state. Okay. So this one 1, 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now just say how many unpaired electron you want. To know about the unpaired electron, just see that how many fluorine atom bonded with xenon. So 2 fluorine atom, naturally you want 2 unpaired electron. So just excite this electron. This is px, this is py, this is pz. Okay. So now let it be 2 electron here. Here also this only will be there. Now here this one and this one. Okay. So now you have got the 2 unpaired electron. Now xenon 54 HS hybridized state. So now hybridized state 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay. So now here let it be 2 electron only. Here also 2 electron. Here also 2 electron. 1 and 1. What is the hybridization? sp3d. sp3d hybridization. Yes. This is 5s. Now this is 5p. This is 5d. 1. Now this is 2 only. Now this is 5 only. Now 1 electron has jumped from here to here. So what is the name of hybridization? sp3d. Now here what is there? 2 fluorine atom. 2 fluorine atom will overlap with 2 unpaired electron of xenon. Okay. So just try to understand here. Here this one and this F. Now here also F. Overlapping is there. No problem at all. Overlapping is there. Now try to understand. In the structure of XeF2 1, 2, 3. 3 unpaired electron would be there. So just see. Now this is xenon. Now what is this one? This one. Okay. Now you can make like that also. There is no issue with this one. Generally around the fluorine how many pairs should be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs should be there. Out of 5 pair, 3 pair, 1, 2, 3 will be as a lone pair. Only 2 pair will be the bond pair. So this is xenon. Okay. Now this is fluorine. This is fluorine. This is bond pair. Now 1 lone pair, another lone pair, and this will also be lone pair. Correct or not? So actually what is their shape? Now lone pair is related with 1 atom nuclei. So they are present with the central atom only. Now they will not make any contribution in their structure. Actually their structure is linear. It is like that. Just see xenon, F and F. Now I wrote there. What is this one? linear structure is there. What is this one? Linear structure. Okay. Now just see, in the same way you can make the structure of XeOF2 also. Everything would be same only. Now just write down here structure of XeOF2. Everything will be same only. Okay. Here you have written 2 fluorine atom and 1 oxygen atom. 1 oxygen atom will overlap with, now just see, here 2 fluorine atom will be as such. Now this one will make coordinate bond with oxygen. Okay, I am talking of XeOF2. Now this will make here coordinate bond with oxygen. So 2 fluorine atom and 1 oxygen atom will overlap with 2 unpaired electron of xenon and oxygen atom, and O atom will make coordinate bond with lone pair. Here clarity may not be there, but here I am showing this will make coordinate bond or double bond. So now in the structure of this one, just you put here OXE double bond O. Xe double bond O. So now ultimately what is their structure? Ultimately their structure would be now like that. Just see, Xe, okay, this one, and now this is, it would be like that. So what is their shape now? Here lone pair, 2 lone pair will be there. This is known as T-shaped. If you see this one, it is like that, T-shaped. Here fluorine is there, here double bonded oxygen is there. So this is T-shaped. What is this one? I wrote this one, T-shaped. Okay, what is this one? T-shaped. Any problem here? No problem at all. Now don't think that I should put here double bond. Now this is the symbolic structure, here oxygen would be there. This is the structure. So in this way this is also completed. Now the next structure is XeF4. Okay, so please just see here. Now delete this one. Okay, sp3, here D2 will come. Now here also delete oxygen, write here F4. Okay, now everything would be same only. Now in excited state, one more electron you have to excite here. So now this will be 2. Now hybridization state. Now just see, delete this one electron here. Now this is hybridization sp3d2. Now here also one more fluorine. Just see, how many fluorine? 4 fluorine should be there, na? So just see, 2 here, 1 2 3 4, sp3d2. Okay, so now here what would be there? Now this, yes, this is fluorine, 1 2 3 4 fluorine atom overlap. Now this noting will be changed. Now what would be here? 4 fluorine atom. Just see, 4 fluorine atom will overlap with 4 fluorine atom will overlap with 4 unpaired electron of xenon. Okay, so just see here, they have unpaired electron or not? 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 1 2 3 4. Now try to understand here, 1 2 3 4 they have overlapped here. So now what would be this structure? Now just see, around the xenon how many pair of electrons should be there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Out of 6, 2 will be the lone pair, 4 will be the bond pair. By seeing their chemical formula only we can say. So now just see their structure would be like that. Just see, Xe. Okay, now square planar structure should be there. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, now here lone pair of electron, here also lone pair of electron, here fluorine, here fluorine, here fluorine, here fluorine, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Correct or not? Now this is XeF4. Okay, so now what is their structure? Square planar, square planar, square planar. Okay, now next one structure is, now see, XeOF4. everything will be same only, everything will be same. Now just see here, how many lone pair is there? 2 lone pair is there. So with this lone pair, just see, double bond oxygen will be bonded here. I am talking of structure of XeOF4. hybridization will be same only, sp3d2 only. Now here double bonded oxygen. Now this noting will be changed. 4f atom will overlap with 4 unpaired electron of xenon, and 1 lone pair 1lp will form bond with oxygen. Form bond with oxygen. So just see, now remaining structure is this one only. In place of 1 lone pair, you do one thing. Now here put double bond O. Okay, now structure will change. Now this is square pyramidal. What is the name of this one? Square pyramidal. Okay, square pyramidal. Okay, no problem at all. Yes, now XeF6. So just see, now write down here XeF6. how many unpaired electron you want? 6 unpaired electron you want. Okay, so just see, 6 how can you get? Now 1 2 3, if you unpaired these electron, just see, jump from here to here. Yes, now hybridize here also this one. Now here just see, double bond won't be there. Now here fluorine 1 2 3 4 5. Now this hybridization name would be now sp3d3. Now here also fluorine will overlap, everything will be same only. Now here 6 fluorine atom will overlap with 6 unpaired electron of xenon. Now this side noting will not be there. Okay, over. Now the structure would be like that only. Up now just try to understand. Around the xenon in XeF6, around the xenon, how many pairs should be there? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now here also just see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 bond pair and 1 lone pair. So distorted octahedral would be there. Just see, Xe1 2 this. Now this one, and here what would be there? F, here F, here F, here F, here also F, here also F. Now here what is there? This lone pair would be there. What is the name of this geometry? Distorted octahedral. Okay, now what about XeO3? Now XeO3, just try to understand. Here little bit change would be there. In this case and this case, excited state will not come. So now just see the structure of XeO3. In the structure of XeO3, there is no excited state. So what would be there? Just try to understand here. Now name of hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Okay, now try to understand here. Already I wrote no excited state. 3 oxygen atom will form coordinate bond. This one and this one. This is coordinate bond. Okay. And now just see. Now around XCO3, 3 bond pair will be there and 1 lone pair will be there. 3 bond pair and 1 lone pair. Structure would be like that. Just see. Xe, here 1 lone pair. Now here what is there? Double bond, double bond, double bond. What is the name of shape? Already you have written. Pyramidal. What is this one? Pyramidal. Okay. Pyramidal. Okay. What about the structure of XeO4? Just see. This was lone pair earlier. Now this will also make coordinate bond with oxygen. Okay. So now here also where you have written lone pair, this will be double bond. Now in place of pyramidal, now what is their structure now? It is now tetrahedral. Tetrahedral. Okay. So now in this way the structure of all compounds of xenon is completely completed. Now unit is also completed. As far as uses are concerned, very easily you can write the uses. Okay. Argon is used to create the inert atmosphere. It is used in the incandescent bulb also. Neon is used in the tube light. Krypton is used in the nuclear reactor. Xenon is used in the research of meson particle. Radon is radioactive substance, and helium is used by the sea divers with the mixture with oxygen. It is also used in MRI scanning, magnetic resonance imaging. Okay. So now it is non-inflammable. Helium is non-inflammable. That is why it is used in the weather forecasting balloons also. Okay. So these are the uses. You can read this one. In this way P block is completely completed. Near about 2 months I took to complete this one. I know this one. A lot of time is there, but weightage is also more. Unit is also big. Now tomorrow onwards I will teach you D block elements, and a little bit I will speed up also, because that much variety is not there in D block. Okay. And after D block will teach you F block and then coordination compound. And within this month, means in the month of October only, will complete those 2 units. November and December will complete the organic chemistry. And you can understand there is no chances of opening of school. So you will be at home. This is the only mode of teaching. So please cooperate with me. Thank you.